Hey, Karita here. This is a quick tutorial on how I teach wings. This is a method that I use with all ages, different experience levels. When I used to teach at Broadway Dance Center in New York, I would have students come in for drop-in classes that were, young adults that were like, I never got my wings, and I would be able to help them with their wings using this method. I also help very young students get them this way. It's always good to get them young before they're scared to do anything. So here's the method that I use with all my students. I start on one foot and I do all the mechanics on one foot first. So I start in this 4-starch here, and I allow the foot, as I'm pushing off of this one leg, I allow the foot to go through a sickle motion on the way out, fling it out, brush back in and land. When I'm brushing out or I'm scraping out, I'm aiming to get this front edge of my tap to make contact with the ground as I'm going out. I ask the students to actually physically, has everybody been down, touch this front edge of your tap. That's the part that you're looking to have touch the floor as you're going up and out. That's what you're looking to have. So you want to be pushing off of this leg. So if I'm seeing this, I don't have the weight that I want happening. I want all the students to feel the push. So put weight into that 4-starch that you're going to push off of to go up and down. And you're going to think of flinging something off of your shoe as you make contact with that side edge of the tap, right? So then that way we avoid the dégagé kind of sound, or we avoid this flexing. We want to get rid of any tension in the ankle and just thinking, get it off, fling it. Like you barely see the wing even happen. Like it's happening so fast that there's not time to do any extra action out there. So some students might start just doing this, and that's a good place to start, but we need to push off of that leg. So I need weight shared between both legs. Make sure that that's happening, so really checking for the weight there, and then push off. And now we want to get the mechanics of the up and down. The fling is happening, the flow through the sickle is happening on the way up, right? So that's when it's happening, is on the way up. That's super important to protect your dancer's ankles. Up and down. So I need that to be happening. For every student before I even let them think about getting onto 2 feet. For some students, I go with my gut. If they're ready right then on the spot, I'll let them go right there. Hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go. Right there on the floor. Some of them are ready to go right to that. If they're not ready to go right to that, I'll send them to the bar if I've got one, here, or to a chair, whatever I've got, and they can do a little push like this. If they're on the bar, whatever their height is, they'll do a push like that. I don't let grabbing, no white knuckling of the bar under any circumstances, because that will mess with the mechanics of the up and down, and the students will start to hang, tend to, and then they'll start to put weight into the ankles. If you start to feel them sinking, I'm worried about ankles and I don't like that. So one, I have them do this, I get the mechanics of the up and down, and for some students, I'll stand with them and I'll put my hand over their head and say, I want you to be aiming to have your head reach my hand, have your head reach my hand. So you want them to be thinking that up, save the ankles. So up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Push off of that leg. That is the key first. Then I get into the, then from there I'll graduate it. Hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go, and a go, and a go. Making sure that on that 3 in a row that I'm still getting that and a lift, and a lift, and a lift. I'm still getting that idea. When I'm looking at 3 in a row in that kind of a pattern, if they are jazz or ballet students, which a lot of our students are, I talk to them about jumps in first. And I ask them what their posture is for that, to make sure that they're maintaining a lift through here. Some of them will go right to this and they'll go to arms on bar, okay. Which is great, because I want them to be engaging all the strength that they have from their other training to make sure that everything is lifting as they're getting into sequential wings. So that's how I graduate them from one wing to sequential, is making sure that we're maintaining that lift. Some students I stand with my hand over their head to make sure that they're aiming for that and keeping that instead of sinking down and putting their ankles at risk. And then from that one, hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go, and a go, and a go, I'll graduate to say 8 in a row from there, 8 wings in a row. And then I'll graduate from there to other variations of that, separating the sounds in the wings. Well, some people call it a double wing or whatever. And then wings on one foot, similar things. If you look at, I've got a video in here called Mixed Level Progressions. And in that video, I use wings as the example of one way that you handle mixed level classes, because students tend to get wings at different paces. So I have different groups working at their appropriate level. So I might have one group just doing hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go. I might have one group only on one foot still, and going hop and a go, 1 foot, hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go. Next group might be doing the hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go. Next group might be doing hop and a go, hop and a go, hop and a go, and a go, and a go. And I might have another group doing 8 in a row sequentially, or moved on to 1 foot, or some other exercise, some other variation. So that's how I do it. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me with a comment. Yay, wings! Hey guys, I forgot one thing with that last wing tutorial that I put together. What to do when your students are struggling to find the inside brush. So first thing is going back to the drawing board here. If they're struggling and they're getting this kind of result, then that means that we have to go back to this 1 foot like we're doing now and make sure that everything is loose on the way out, really flinging, but also loose on the way back in. Loose on the way back in, and that we're not frogging in and out, that we're not doing that. So we want to make sure that we correct it on 1 foot before we let them back onto 2 feet. Once that's done, and if they are still struggling to translate it, one thing that I do allow occasionally is a little jump backwards. So I allow a little small 2 or 3 inches backwards like this. I allow that, and it almost like, it calls to mind for them maybe like a pullback or something. Like there's something about it that works. And then once they get that, in that way, with that little jump backwards, once they get to hop and a go and a go and a go, once they get to 3 in a row, then I say no more of that little hop backwards. Enough of that, because I don't want wings going like this, right? I make them stay in one place. I make one student stand behind them with a hand out. I do something to make sure that they get out of that habit once they find that inside brush with that little extra trick. Hope that helps.